Good morning, Olive, Arlo, and Frank. Greetings from Jack's Beach. I'm sitting in the living room on a dreary day. It's been raining. It was raining throughout the night, raining all morning. This afternoon, forecast is rain. So today we're going to do something that's pretty ambitious. We're going to read this book called My Big Book of Beginner Books About Me by Dr. Seuss and a bunch of other people. And it'll be obvious when we get in here which ones are Dr. Seuss. This is a Dr. Seuss character that you always see. Let's see where, I can't even see the thing. Well, on the left, that kind of orange character, he appears in like most of the Dr. Seuss books that we've seen so far. But on the right, that's a different artist. And there's a list of the people who wrote these books. Some of them are written by Theodore Geisel. And it has a thing here on the left side picture on the right, because I'm just not able to see my cursor. It was supposed to be on there, but the left side picture, the right side says, Dr. Seuss's real name was Theodore Geisel. On books he wrote to be illustrated by others, he used the name Theo Lesig, which is Geisel spelled backwards. And then the ones that he did the illustrations were, he called himself Dr. Seuss. And this is the books, the right-hand side with the walrus there, or whatever he is. It's the foot book, the eye book, the ear book, the nose book, the tooth book, and the knee book. And these are all parts of your body that you have to take care of. This isn't a how to take care of these things book, but I've had injuries on my foot. I've had eye surgery. I have certain loss of hearing and something called tinnitus, which is a ringing in your ears, and that they came from all the radiation I got during the cancer. And I've had to get my nose cauterized because I have nosebleeds. I have a whole set of brand new, very expensive teeth, and I've had knee surgery. So these are all things that when you're young, and even you, Frank, you're still very young, you don't worry so much about these things. But as you get older, they become like your whole life. So we're going to start with the foot book by Dr. Seuss. Left foot, right foot, right. Feet in the morning, feet at night. Left foot, right. Wet foot, dry foot. Now, we go from the top one over there on the left. That's wet foot. And you see him putting his foot in the water. And then you see him drying off his foot at the bottom. But on the second one, we're going to go the lowest one. See once more if I can. Oh, here it is. So we went wet foot, dry foot. But then we're going to read this and then this. And the reason is because it's going to rhyme. So it's going to say wet foot, dry foot, low foot, high foot. So high rhymes with dry. So that's how we know. Front feet, back feet, red feet, black feet. Left foot, right foot. Feet, feet, feet. How many feet you meet? So left foot, right foot. Feet, feet, feet. How many feet you meet? So this dude coming down the street is checking out all the different kinds of feet that he's running into. Slow feet. Quick feet. So we have slow feet, quick feet. Trick feet. This guy can juggle a whole bunch of balls using his feet. Well, actually, I think he's using his paws, but we'll let him go. Trick feet, sick feet. So quick feet rhymes with sick feet, but it also rhymes with trick feet. Trick feet, sick feet. Up feet, down feet. Here come clown feet. I think it should be here comes clown feet, but because it's a set of feet. It's a singularity. 2 feet are a set of feet. So maybe it's come, well, whatever. Small feet, big feet. Here come pig feet. His feet, her feet. Fuzzy fur feet. In the house and on the street. How many feet you meet. So here's this dude again, and he's just checking out everybody's feet. Uncool, man. Looks like you have a foot fetish. Up in the air feet. Over a chair feet. So we see here he's walking on his hands, but this is like some sort of a dog or something. So he has just paws. He has 4 paws. So he's upside down doing a handstand. And then this is same dude jumping over a chair. More and more feet. 24 feet. So there's 8 feet here, there's 10 feet here, and there's 6 feet here. And that equals 24 feet. Here come more and more and more feet. Left foot, right foot, feet, feet, feet. How many feet you meet? Okay, let's move on to the I book. So this is one where it's by Dr. Seuss, but he's writing as Theodore Lessig. And this guy, Joe Matthew, drew these pictures. And you'll see as we get into this, these pictures are much different. Eyes, my eyes, my eyes. His eyes, his eyes. So talking about that rabbit, that silly wabbit. Wink eye, wink eye. Can you guys wink? Why don't you try to wink? Wink like this guy's wink. Wink at your mom and dad next time you see them. Wink eye, pink eye, pink eye. So pink eye is a disease, but he just wanted something to rhyme with wink. So he made pink eyes, is it the iris of the eyes? Cornea. I get them mixed up. My eyes see, his eyes see. I see him, and he sees me. Our eyes see blue. Our eyes see red. They see a bird. They see a bed. They see the sun. They see the moon. They see a fork, a knife, a spoon. They see a girl. They see a man, a boy, a horse, an old tin can. They look down holes. They look up poles. Our eyes see trees. They look at clocks. Here we go, Arlo. Clocks. You're very, very interested in clocks. Clocks, birds, and Roombas. And other mechanical things. You're a very mechanically inclined kid. They look at bees. They look at socks. Our eyes see flies. Our eyes see ants. Sometimes they see pink underpants. That's silly. Our eyes see rings. Our eyes see strings. They see so many, many things. And here he's with his buddy the rabbit, and they're just walking around a park looking at everything. There's another one of your loves there, Arlo, birds. So many things like rain and pie and dogs and airplanes in the sky. And so we say, hooray for eyes. Hooray, hooray, hooray for eyes. Next, we have the yearbook. So this was written by this guy, Al Perkins, and then the drawings in this were by another guy, Henry Payne. So there's no Dr. Seuss involvement in this book. Tick tock, uh-oh, Arlo. Must be a clock getting ready to make an appearance. Ears, our ears, they hear a clock. And Arlo, I think you have one of these clocks that has a pendulum at the bottom to mark off the seconds. Our ears hear water, drop, drop, drop. Our ears hear popcorn, pop, pop, pop. Our ears, ears, ears. It's good to hear with ears. So they're listening to these birds on the wire. Toot, toot, toot. We hear a flute. We hear a ding. We hear a dong. We hear a ping. We hear a pong. So these are both onomatopoeic words. when you say a bell goes ding dong, it's like you ring the bell, but if you say that it goes ding dong, you're saying what it sounds like. And ping pong is like ping pong, ping pong. It was named after the sound that the game makes when people are playing it. We hear my sister sing a song. Although ask your dad about when he used to play the violin. There were 4 of them that played the violin. It was Alex, Tom, Becca, and Jim. And they they worked very diligently at it, but it's very hard to become a musician playing the violin. You have to really be a musician. Like, I'm not a musician, but I can play the guitar. You've heard me many times. But I'll never be accused of being a musician. Now, Frank, your dad, he was a musician. All the other kids practiced very hard. Frank didn't practice. Well, a little bit he did. He played wind instruments, clarinet, saxophone. He had a soprano sax and an alto sax. And he just like, do-do-do-do. They wanted them to be in all kinds of bands and stuff. But then we moved. But it's the same type of thing. We'd sit there going like, oh, it sounds like they're killing a cat. We also hear my father snore. And I don't snore, but your grandmother claims that I do. We hear my sister slam the door. Boom, 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 dum, dum, dum. It's good to hear a drummer drum. And sister blowing bubble gum. And it goes whoosh, pop. That picture there is the bubble gum popping. The bubble popping. Burst your bubble. We hear hands clap and fingers snap. We hear feet tap, 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 tap. So maybe that's the Blue Danube. We hear feet tap, 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 tap. We hear feet tap, 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 tap. We hear a plane, we hear a train. It's good to hear the rain. And the rain has let up right now, but I've been hearing it all night and all day. Ears, ears, ears. We like our ears. It's very good to hear with ears. And next is the Nose Book. And this is by the same 2 guys. I know Perkins wrote it. And I think Joe Matthew illustrated it. And this is the Nose Book. And so we see a mouse. And they call this a mouse hole. There's a little hole that they can get into the room from behind the wall. Because they usually live behind the wall. Everybody grows a nose. You don't really grow your nose, although most of them grow. They get larger as you get older, but you don't grow a nose. You're born with a nose. But grows and nose rhyme. Everybody grows a nose. I see a nose on every face. I see noses in every place. So I don't know what that thing is. But here's a tropical bird, another tropical bird. I guess that's like a baboon or something. This must be an orangutan. That looks like some Sesame Street character there. But they all have noses. And look, this rhino has this horn coming out. I see a nose on every face. I see noses every place. A nose between each pair of eyes. Noses, noses, every size. They grow on every kind of head. They come in blue and pink and red. Some are very, very long, and some are very, very strong. So the alligator, the crocodile, whatever he is, he's got a long nose. The elephant, his nose is longer, but he can pick things up with it and stuff like that. You see him here, he's ripping down a tree. Some are very, very strong. Everywhere a fellow goes, he sees some new kind of nose. So now he's under the ocean and he's seeing like a walrus and an eel. That's a dolphin. That must be a shark there. Swordfish, turtle, horse, seahorse, duck, little turtle, another eel, walrus, and I don't know what the heck this thing is. This is a sawfish. A nose is useful after all. Some play horns and some play ball. And that's something that they do at the circus. They have these trained seals that play music for you and juggle balls in the air. Good, clean family fun. A nose is good for making holes in trees. So, Arlo, you should know that this is a woodpecker. And you have woodpeckers up there on Signal Mountain where you live. There's woodpeckers where all three of you live. But this set of woodpeckers here are crazy. They're even doing a barber pole. Nose is good for making holes in trees and roofs and barber poles. But sometimes noses aren't much fun. They sniffle. They get burned by sun. A nose gets punched and bumped on doors and bumped on walls and bumped on floors. Sometimes your nose will make you sad. Sometimes your nose will make you mad. But just suppose you had no nose, then you could never smell a rose or pie or chicken a la king. You'd never smell a single thing. Chicken a la king was something that people used to make when I was a kid. I don't see it anymore. Occasionally at a diner, you might see it on the menu. And that's why everybody grows between his eyes some kind of nose. Now here's the tooth book. So this is one where Dr. Seuss wrote it. And this Joe Matthew is doing the illustrations. Let's see. Who has teeth Well, look around and you'll find out who. You'll find that red-headed uncles do. And this red-headed uncle here looks like a caricature of a man named Theodore Roosevelt, who was president of the United States in the early 20th century. He was a famous soldier and statesman. I don't know. I don't know why they picked him. Although he did have that like big toothy smile, like that in-your-face toothy smile. He said, "Walk softly and carry a big stick." That was his foreign policy. How to deal with other nations. Policemen do, and zebras too, and unicycle riders do. You guys can't ride a unicycle, but you should learn how to. I tried to learn how to, but I was too old to be able to do it. By that, what I mean is, you're probably going to fall, and I was old enough that I didn't want to like break bones. The older you get, the more you have to worry about the fragility of your bones. And camels and their drivers do. Even little girls named Ruthie all have teeth. All Ruths are toothy. So right now they are in Egypt. And Olive, that's where one half of your family comes from. Your dad's side of the family. Your mom's side of the family are African American from here in the United States. But your father's family all came from Egypt. I think your dad was born here, but they go back to Egypt from time to time and visit people. And this is interesting. It's called a camel driver. That's what they call it. Like, they don't. If you ride a horse, it's riding a horse. It's not driving a horse. But if you ride a camel, it's called driving a camel. Teeth, you'll find them everywhere, on mountaintops and in the air. And if you care to poke around, you'll even find them underground. There he is, stumbling upon Punxsutawney Phil. You'll find them east, west, north, and south. You'll find them in a lion's mouth. And this is something that they do at the circus. The lion tamer like puts his head inside the lion's mouth. And if the lion wanted to, he could kill that guy like that. Teeth, they are very much in style. They must be very much worthwhile. And here's when you carve a jack-o'-lantern, you give him a nice big smile. They come in handy when you chew, says Mr. Donald Driscoll Drew. And that's why my family grew a few. And here they are at dinner, I think. Maybe lunch. Eating sandwiches with their big teeth. It's a big tooth family. They come in handy when you smile, says Smiling Sam, the crocodile. So that answers that question. He's a crocodile, not an alligator. Getting tired, kids. They come in handy in my job, says High Trapezer Mike McCobb. So there's Mike McCobb, and this is his wife. If I should ever lose a tooth, I'd lose my wife, and that's the truth. So if one of these teeth popped out, this thing would come out of his mouth, and his wife would go crashing down into the ground below. wouldn't end well for the macabre family. Teeth come in handy when you speak, says news broadcaster Quincy Queek. Quincy Queek. Without my teeth, I'd talk like ducks and only broadcast quacks and clucks. You're lucky that you have your teeth, says a sad snail named Simon Sneath. I don't have one. I can never smile like Smiling Sam the crocodile. Clams have no teeth, says Pam the clam. I cannot eat hot dogs or ham. No teeth at all, says Pam the clam. I cannot eat roast leg of lamb or peanuts, pizzas, popcorn, Spam. Not even huckleberry jam. Without teeth, we can't play trombones, says a jellyfish named Jimbo Jones. I have no teeth, says Hilda Hen, but women do, and so do men. So I have happy news for you. You will grow 2 sets. Set 1, set 2. You will lose set number 1, and when you do, it's not much fun. So, although I don't know if you're starting to lose any of your teeth, I'll have to ask your dad next time I talk to him. But all of you I think you now have 4 teeth. So it says you will lose set number 1, and when you do, it's not much fun. But then you'll grow set number 2, 32 teeth, and all brand new. 16 downstairs and 16 more upstairs on the upper floor. And when you get your second set, that's all the teeth you'll ever get. So, and that's the truth. You're born, you get your baby teeth, they fall out, your permanent teeth come in, and then once you have those 32 teeth, you're never going to get a 33rd. So don't chew down trees like beavers do. If you try, you'll lose set number 2. And beavers chew down trees. So, but their teeth are made to do that. And don't be down like Mr. Glutz. Don't break your teeth untying knots. And don't be dumb like Katie Klops. Don't try to chew off bottle tops. Excuse me. Don't gobble junk like Billy Billings. They say his teeth have 50 fillings. That looks disgusting. They sure are handy when you smile, so keep your teeth around for a while. And never bite your dentist when he works inside your head. Your dentist is your teeth's best friend. So, never bite your dentist when he works inside your head. Your dentist is your teeth's best friend. Bite someone else instead. And don't fall asleep while you're reading to your grandchildren. Next up, the knee book. So this is by two completely different people that we haven't seen, and you can see that the artwork is much different. They use a similar style, but you can just tell that it's a different illustrator. Knees, they're everywhere. We see them here, we see them there, at a circus, at the fair. They come with us wherever we go, way up high. So here's a guy mountain climbing, and Arlo, your parents do a little bit of that. Or far below. And your dad also used to scuba dive with me, and Frank, you scuba dive. You've gone scuba diving with me. We need our knees, without a doubt. We need our knees to walk about, to jump up high or crouch down low. Nothing works like knees, you know. Knees are great for summer hikes, for jumping rope and riding bikes. They help us ski. They help us skate. Knees are great. While upside down on a flying trapeze, we'd fall on our heads without our knees. So, yeah, it's like you wrap that bottom leg around there, so your knees keep you in place so you don't go flying off into space. We use them each and every day to skip, to run, to dance, to play, to mow the lawn, to pitch the hay. In summer, when the weather's hot, our knees are in the sun a lot. That's why they get ashy. When winter comes and the weather gets breezy, cover your knees so they don't get freezy. And their kid and his mom are reading a book, and they're all covered up, get their knees covered up. So many different kinds of knees. Some are fat and some are thin. Some bend out and some bend in. It's important to remember, whatever you do, that knees always come in sets of two. Like the wings of a bird that flies through the air, knees come together, two to a pair. Do fish have knees? No, none at all, whether they're big or whether they're small. No knees on sharks, no knees on whales, no knees on dolphins, worms, or snails. If you have knees, then you're in luck. Without our knees, we'd all be stuck. For every little move we'd make, we'd need to slither like a snake. I say it once, I say it twice. Knees are very nice. Knees are great in every way. Hooray for knees. Hip, hip, hooray. Don't take them for granted. Take good care of them, please. And always remember, enjoy your knees. Woo-hoo. Peace out, guys. There go the balloons.